YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Fade Nice Good back with another one. Got a crispy taper on the way, man, showing you how I went from this right here, woofing for a couple weeks, to this right here, man. Fire, fuego. You do not want to miss this transformation. All this cut came out flames. Gonna get straight into it, man. I started off with the one guard, went all the way around. It's a real good client of mine. He came in, sat in a chair and said, yo, man, do your thing, you know? You don't really have too many specifications. You just let me cook, man, when I'm in the kitchen. So got straight into it with the one guard. Waves was beaming. You want to make sure the hair is even all the way around, man. So I'm never in a rush when I'm doing the takedown. This may seem like the easiest part of the cut or the most simple part of the cut. This part is very important too, man. Following the way that the hair patterns go and grow, following their brush patterns, all that stuff is important and making sure the hair is even all the way around. So yeah, one guard, you comb it out first, then start off with the one guard, and then we're gonna get into the taper. So here, going into the beginning part of the taper, man, I use my liners, balled out the temple area, a little below the temple area. I like to start the line where the corner of the ear connects to the face. You see right there at the corner of the ear where the ear and the face meets, that's where I like to put my taper line at. It's different for every client, but for the most part, I like to be in that area. Make about an inch of baldness. Then I got my shavers, electric shavers, and just balled it out a little more. Getting straight into it. Clippers closed. If you don't know the terms, close, open, all the different terminologies, I got another video that I'll link to this video where you can watch and learn all the terminologies. Right here, open it up, go up a little bit more. So I created a line with the liners, then I removed that line with the clippers closed. And then I opened the clippers, made a new line. And now I'm about to blend that first line out with the clippers halfway. Use your discretion, lever play. You see I close it up a little more. Just keep closing it up a little more until you remove that line, until it's fully faded. Line looks faded out, so going on to the next step. I got my one guard, clippers closed, one guard, creating another line. I'm just flicking at it, man. You ain't gotta dig too deep. Comb it out. Clippers open. Simple, man. Close, open, halfway. It's real simple. I also had to record this video. I was recording with one hand. My GoPro died on me, so I had to use the phone, improvise. I did this whole cut with one hand. Phone in one hand, clippers in the other. But we got it done. So normally I would be combing while I'm cutting, but in this case I have to cut a little bit, then comb a little bit. Now I'm closing the clippers up halfway. Real simple, man. Close, open, halfway. Use your discretion, man. Use that lever play to get those lines removed. And now I have the 1.5 guard on. It's closed. Since I took the hair down with a one guard, when I put this 1.5 guard on and I got it closed, it's just gonna add to that blend, man, overall. I really didn't have to start open with the 1.5 guard because I took the hair down with a one guard. Again, if all this stuff ain't making sense, the terminology and the guard lengths, watch the video on how to fade and learning all the clipper terminology that I got on my page. It'll teach you to understand all this stuff. So right here, got my half guard on, closed, and I'm just removing that line. I did the same thing on this side that I did on the other side. I did the same steps. Now I'm back on the other side. Half guard is closed. I'm just using the corner, just blending out that line, man. Now I put the one back on. This is detail work. So after you get done with those steps, you want to go back in and do some detail work. So that's what I'm doing now. I got it open. I'm gonna close it up. I'm just perfecting the blend, man, as much as possible. Same thing on this side, detail work. I went through my steps, seen some areas that could be perfected. So one guard, opening it, closing it, you know, just hitting those areas that I feel could be blended a little more. And make sure you comb it out after you cut. So going straight into the beard, started with the clippers open. I just lightly hit those beard hairs and flick up, and then I close it a little more and close it a little more. The more I close it, the higher up I go on the beard until it's blended out into the taper. Just that simple. You gotta use your discretion for each situation, each cut. I'm just using the corner of the blade right here, just adding to the blend. It don't take much to blend that beard out. Same thing on this side. Started with the clipper open, gently removing them hairs, man. I'm not pressing real hard, trying to create no hard line in the beard. I just want to soften those hairs up so it could be a nice smooth transition, a nice smooth gradiency between the taper and the beard. So boom, I took the hair down and I tapered it. Now I'm hitting it with some water, spray a little mist, and brush the hair, just to lay the hair down, brushing it all around. Waves looking good. Then I put some hold on the hairline, blow dry it, lock those hairs in place. And then I go to the back taper while that hold on the hairline really sets in and firms that hair up. So boom, making a guideline with my liners. Now on the neck area, you want to be very careful. You see I'm using a different pair of liners on the neck area. That's because these liners aren't adjusted to hit really sharp. These liners are stopped so that I can use them on the neck area without cutting the client. I don't have to worry about cutting the client on the neck area. Those aren't really sharp. Those aren't the liners I use on the hairline. And then same thing, clippers closed, then clippers open, making the second guideline, and then I'm gonna close them up and remove that first guideline. It's real simple, same steps. Close, open. Comb it, then halfway. Real simple, man, same steps. Tapers are real simple if you take your time and just follow the steps. I'm not pressing real hard when I'm removing these lines, man. I'm letting the clippers do the work. If you be real gentle with the guidelines, not pressing real hard, making real hard guidelines, it's so much easier to remove them and make the blend look that much better. One guard again, starting closed. One guard closed, going up about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. You see the hair on the left side of his head, it grows at an angle. So I just angle my clippers to cut it against the grain. I'm taking some hair down, making sure that hair is nice and flat with the one guard closed. Now I got it open, about to make another guideline. It's real simple, man, same steps. Again, you see me angle my clippers at that angle because those hairs over there, they grow towards the middle of his hair. So I angle my clippers away from the middle of his hair, go against the grain. Now back, 1.5 guard, same thing, just perfecting that blend just in case there's any extra long hairs in that area. I took it down with a 1 guard, so this 1.5 guard, it ain't removing a whole bunch of hair, man. This is just you know, what I do to make sure that blend is all the way there. And then we put the half guard on, just like we did on the side. And we removing that line we made with the one guard. See, the back of his hair is real tricky, man. So you want to take your time when you have, and you're going to come across a lot of clients that got hair in the back that grows at an angle. There's even hair on the side sometimes, hair in the front that grows at different angles. So take your time and cut against the way it's growing. So you see it's growing to the right, angle the clippers to the left and cut it. And you take your time, make sure you comb it in between all the strokes. So right here, detail work, perfecting that blend. I went through my steps, now I got my one guard on, making sure that blend is all the way right. See, I'm open the blade, I'm closing the blade, you know, just hitting the different areas that I feel need a little more love, and I'm doing accordingly. You gotta use your discretion in every situation, every haircut you come across. Use your discretion. After I comb it out, see how it's looking. Right here, I took the guard off. Now I got no guard, clipper open. I'm using the corner of the blade just to, again, perfect that blend, add to the blend. This is the half guard, more detail work, man. Just getting that blend to go where there's no lines. You don't want to see any lines. You don't want to see where you made your guidelines at. It should be a nice, smooth transition. So that's why I spend so much time on certain areas, because I don't want anybody to see where my guidelines were made. So now that I got it to a point that I'm liking, put a line on it with the liners. A lot of times when you put a line on your fade, on your taper, whatever, you put a line on it, it'll show you the imperfections. You can go in and do more detail work after putting a line on it. So just because you did your fade and you put a line on it, don't feel like you can't go back in and do more detail work. A lot of times I put a line on the taper just to see if any imperfections stand out to me with that line on there. I'm just gently tapping the hairline. These clippers are hitters, they do cut, so I ain't gotta press too hard. You notice this is a different pair of liners than the ones that I made the guideline with. Keeping the line as natural as possible. You don't want to take off too much hair because the grow back look crazy. No pushbacks. Now you can see how that taper look, man, with the line on it. So I see a few imperfections, more detail work. This is how you make your money. This is how you get paid the big bucks, man, because you don't want to leave nobody out, let them leave out your shop and everything ain't all the way right. So more detail work. The taper looked good after I put the line on it, but I seen a few imperfections, a few things that I could touch up. And so that's what I'm gonna do. The client will appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to make their haircut perfect every time. Now you can see that taper looking butter. So boom, the hold on the hairline done set, blow dried it and all set in. Now the hair is nice and firm. Take those liners, starting on a C shape. As you see, I'm using the corner of the blade to kind of draw the C shape, you know? And then we on that vertical bar. Just laying the clippers at a slight angle. In the front, you want it to look like it's standing straight up, but you never want it to look like that vertical bar is aiming forward. You would rather look like it's aiming a little bit to the back. So then hitting that area around the ear. That's why I cut around my liners, just so I can hit around the ear, around the mustache. Packaging ain't in the way. On to the front, starting in the middle of the hairline, work your way out. Start in the middle, work your way out to the left, start your middle, work your way out to the right. It's a lot easier than going straight across from one side to the other. It's a shorter distance from the middle to the left and then the middle to the right. It's a shorter distance. So a lot of times it makes it easier to get a straight line. Mustache, you want to be real careful around that mustache. You have no room for error when it comes to the mustache. You can't cut somebody's mustache off or cut too much hair off. It's going to be very noticeable. So Take your time on the mustache. Same thing on the other side. Start with the top of the C shape. Use the corner of the blade to kind of draw. And then you come to the bottom of the C shape and just connect it. Real simple. Make sure you get that area right over the ear and around the ear. And as you can see, before any enhancements, even before the razor, like, the cut should be looking good. It should be looking crispy before you don't put any enhancements on it. The enhancement should only do that, enhance whatever you just did. So I like to make sure my cuts are looking fire before I put any enhancements on it. So the enhancements will just be the cherry on top to really bring that line out, bring out the work that you just did. You don't want to try to enhance a bad cut because it's going to make it look more bad. Be very careful around the mustache. Make sure both sides look the same. So right here, coasting over the waves, man, getting those loose hairs, them loose strands, them roach legs, whatever you want to call it, cleaning all that up. The hair standing up, you want to get those, you want to knock those down. Same thing with the beard. Knocking those long hairs down. I just freehand with the clippers, man. Just knock all them loose hairs down. So I razored it and I enhanced it. If you want to know how to razor and the enhancements I've been using, I'll post another link. I couldn't do it because, like I said, I was using one hand to record, so I couldn't record while I enhanced this one. But I do got videos where I show how to enhance, so I'll attach that. Now I'm using a barber pencil. Like I said, I razored it, put a little bit of enhancement. Now I'm using a barber pencil to just outline the work, outline the work I just did. You want to make sure when using a barber pencil that the pencil is sharp so that the line is really thin. You don't want to put too much barber pencil line on there, man. And then you just blend it out with your clippers. I gently just, smear the barber pencil right in front of the hairline, man. And it just makes that line pop even more. So you can see easily, man, this is easily a $50 cut, $60 cut, depending on where you at your market. But no matter where you at, there's gonna be a fire cut, man, and the clients will pay for quality. So it ain't about how fast you getting them in and out your chair. It's about providing quality, man, and locking in clients, that want to come back, want to return. So see, this cut came out fire. Once again, I got more on the way. If you learned anything, if you liked anything, man, please share this video, hit like, hit subscribe, comment, good or bad, man. I don't care, good or bad. Need engagement on the page, man. I appreciate it. This is the final cut, man. Came out fire. Thanks for watching. I got more videos on the way, man, coming soon.